I'm in Frachapelle today with the Lightbee, and we're going into the woods. I'm gonna try and find a house because when I was looking up routes to drive with the Lightbee, see if there were any tracks in the woods, I saw this place that appears to be abandoned. So I'm gonna try and get there through the woods, and hopefully there's something interesting. Hopefully we can get there. It shouldn't be too far. I hope I'm going in the good direction. I think so. It can't be very far from here. And although the sun is shining and it's not raining as yesterday, it is a cold day. I actually didn't expect that. I saw the sun out and I thought, oh, it's a much warmer day, but I was wrong. So luckily I'm dressed warm, getting a good warm up here, navigating the Ronster through the forest. Okay, so I also saw that place on Google Maps, but it's definitely not abandoned. But I think if I can get out there, I will be able to head to the abandoned house. So let's try to get there via here. And we made it. There's a cute little horse. So the place I spotted is actually right in front of us. And on Google Maps, I saw some containers in the yard and broken windows. So if they didn't fix it up or they're not renovating it, I think it's properly abandoned. There's a bunch of broken glass here. Oh, it's definitely abandoned, but it's also empty, which is not that interesting. Oh, and they are working on it, so there's some construction stuff in there. That might also mean that there's people here, so maybe I gotta be a bit careful. And these were the containers that I spotted on Google Maps. That's strange. These were locked up once, and I see the other part of the lock there on the ground, and it's a proper cut. So somebody came here before me and opened this. I can see like exercise equipment and a gas barbecue. What is this stuff? And this box, it looks like it's something that you see a lot on concerts and performances. It's used to put audio and video material in. So I'm under the impression that this is all stuff from people, either from the house or people moving to the house, but it seems like it... Oh, that door is properly stuck. It seems like it was cut open. So you can see it's already rusted, so it's probably been a while. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with that. I wouldn't want people to be in my stuff either. Just let's have a quick look and then leave. Oh, that's interesting. So there's a second gas barbecue here, but also a proper abandoned boat. That's actually really cool. That's actually really cool. I never understand how things like that are left abandoned and nobody is using them. Why would you leave a boat abandoned here, not use it? I mean, how cool would it be if somebody got to restore that, use it again? It looks like a decent boat. It even has speakers on it. And I think those little black things on the side are used to mount wakeboards or something to sail with. But yeah, Google Maps provided me with good information because it is indeed abandoned and it is pretty cool. The things you find when you drive a Surron is just amazing. There's some new fence material here as well, so maybe somebody's moving in or was on the verge of moving in. You never know with these abandoned properties, but I'm not gonna mess around here because I did see a bunch of new renovation materials inside. This has got me curious though. Definitely want to look around in there, but yeah, I'm not gonna mess with it. Let's just leave. And let's continue. So, my plan for today, besides checking out the abandoned house, is get a good drive in. I have the drone with me. Maybe make some drone aerial shots today. Wow, these are massive dogs. Oh my god. Massive, massive dogs. Okay, definitely do not want to mess around with those. Oh, it is really cold today. Oh, I saw a route. Well, there's multiple routes, but that one is blocked by a tree. There seems to be another route here. And I did mention in my day one video that I've been here a couple of times before. So I do know a few of these tracks, but definitely not all of them. Each time I come here, I find new tracks to ride. And I definitely enjoy all of them because it's a nice area. Oh, that looks cool. Well, was too distracted and went properly off-road. Usually I come here with friends, so there's a bunch of us driving, but this weekend I'm alone. So I gotta be a bit careful, because if I mess up badly, I gotta fix it alone. I do remember this. I have been here before. And there's a small abandoned place here. Well, not much to see here. It is good shelter. So maybe when it snows or rains, we can hide in there. Now let's back up for now and drive around a little bit more. Seems to be like a road as well. A single track. Oh, this is nice. Those walkers were definitely checking out what I was doing. In Belgium, the law says when you have a road and there's trees or a forest on both sides of them, on both sides of the road that is, you're not allowed to drive it. Which is ridiculous, because that basically means you're not allowed to drive in any wooded area, any forest, because it's illegal according to the law. And a lot of hikers and mountain bikers, they hate enduro drivers. Doesn't matter if it's electrical or gasoline, if you got a combustion engine. If it has an engine, usually they'll start complaining, say, oh, you're not allowed to drive here, and you gotta be careful because the fines in Belgium, they are evenly ridiculous as the law. Oh, small little bridge, broken tree. But if you have a Surron, not driving in the woods makes absolutely no sense. And there's nothing that I rather do than being out in the green, in the forest, which is kind of the whole purpose I bought this. It's really, really nice. Oh, we've got some more wood to ride on. And I gotta be, oh my God. I'm not sure if this is a good idea. Whoa, 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 whoa. You see what I mean? I gotta be extremely careful on this, because it is slippery as hell. So my bike, even though I was only going 2 kilometers an hour, was already, as you can see, sliding away. So I need to get that up on those planks there. And hopefully, oh yeah, no, that was what I was afraid of. I'll try and get it back on. And hopefully, this thing, oh my God.
What the fuck did you expect? You're not putting in the work. You have to do more. That you have to struggle.
Hopefully this thing won't collapse on me. It doesn't look like it's in a good shape, but oh fuck. Oh my God, I have zero grip with my boots on, so now I gotta try. No. Why is it so slippery? God damn it. Okay. Oh, I thought that this wasn't slippery, but that's also slippery. Come on. Come on, bike. No. All right. Yeah. Good stuff. I'm on there. I hope this thing doesn't collapse on me. Oh my God. That was a tiny workout. But it's a cool feature. Oh, and I see they have like a small fence here. Let's see if there's any other feature. I don't see any other features. Let me see what's back up here. Oh, just road. That's not so interesting. I think we might be able to continue off-road. So let's do that. All right. Yep. Good stuff. That goes to the road again. It is so slippery that once I twist it, maybe just even a quarter, I start spinning out. So I'm gently applying the throttle, which on a stock Surron controller is really hard to do, but I have the EBMX version 2, and that throttle curve is really smooth. It really allows you to put down the extra kilowatts that you have without giving you a hard time, which is nice. Oh, I am in bad luck though. A lot of fallen trees, but luckily they're not that big. Oh, slippery. Why is everything so slippery? That's one of the things of driving in the autumn. Oh. All right, we got up again. And I wish the sun was shining here because it is so cold. I don't know exactly how warm it is. I'll figure that out a little bit later. But it's definitely cold. I do have good gloves on. Let's go around this. Voila. And that's a really nice thing about the Surron. You can basically go wherever you can walk. And if you're in a pickle, 9 times out of 10 you can just pick it up, carry it, push it over, drag it, drop it, whatever you need to do. Let's continue that way. I am being mindful of not going too fast because the cold definitely drains my battery much quicker, and I want to be able to get a good couple of hours driving in before I go back. Whoa. Oh my god, it is so slippery. I don't know if you can hear that, but you see, that's how slippery it is. Which also means that braking doesn't do anything. You just keep on sliding. You can compare it to being on ice with the Surron. And I think we just rode there. It kind of looks like the little path I took down there. So that means I'm going in a circle. But let's continue and see where we end up. Let's see if I can wheelie this without getting the back on the ground. Oh, nice. I love riding on my back wheel. I love the wheelies, but I'm not that good at it. I am getting better though, but I'm not that good at it. Bonjour. Friendly guys. I'm a huge fan of them, keeping the dogs with them so I can safely pass them, because when I was small I once saw my mother get bit by one of those dogs. It was a German Shepherd, and if you see that as a child, that's definitely something that sticks with you. Oh. Oh. Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh. A lot of fallen branches, so I think they had a bit of storm weather or a lot of wind. Oh yeah. Okay. We're back at the chapel. I'm definitely not taking that path again. I've done the wooden features, which is fine. So let's see if there's anything that way, and then see if we can take it in another direction. That would be nice. I think riding the Lightbee is not as intimidating for hikers and walkers than riding like an Ultra Bee or a Stark Vark. Whoa, which is a whole lot bigger. So I think sometimes when people don't say anything, they might not be bothered, but I also just think that sometimes when they don't say anything, they might just think I'm a mountain biker. Okay, so I can see that. I was coming from there because I still see my tracks. So we can go here and see what's here. And hopefully it doesn't lead me back to the beginning where I came in. It kind of looks like it, but we will see. Yeah, it does. Okay, no worries. We still got a lot of battery. It says 74%, which is nice. So we still got a decent amount of battery, especially if I don't do too many burnouts on the slippery roads. Ah, voila. And immediately here's a different track we can follow. Nice. Oh, definitely sleepy also. Oh. Oh, I think I know where we are. This is the single track that I rode on day one of being here in Frachapelle. And I did a lot of filming yesterday, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to show you a lot of it because it was raining. Then the lens was fogging up and had a lot of water droplets on it. And this is a cool place. So this is a bike park and they have an sort of a lift that pulls you up. So each time you take the downhills, the lift pulls you back up. You can take all the jumps again, but I'm not allowed to drive there, right there. I asked them one time and they said, no, you can't come in on the Surron, which is too bad. I'm not much of a jumper anyway, but it would be nice to get some practice in. But what we do have outside of their terrain is a lovely single track here, which, especially if it's dry, allows you to go pretty quick. So, and here sometimes, when I'm here with my friends, we will do like races on them and we'll all be pushing each other, racing against each other, which I love. And I actually wish that my friends were here as well, but maybe another weekend. We're definitely looking at going away for a whole weekend with the friend group. All of them have runs, and most likely the next time we'll be doing it is when it's snowing in Belgium. That doesn't happen too often, so I don't know when that would be, but I hope soon because I like snow. I like snow a lot. I especially like driving the Surron on it because it gives you that special feeling, and snow is like very charming. I absolutely love it. It is bad for the bike because it easily rusts up. So when you get home after driving on the snow with your Surron, make sure that you clean it properly. And also clean out all of those connectors. Whoa, what? Nice. You see, it's a really nice single track. And we also come here in the summer. And when this is dry, you can really put your Surron into these curves and get some good speed. I absolutely love this part, and I'll always be pushing it. I got one friend who's also always pushing his Surron, and then we usually end up being the fastest ones in the group. So he's my competition, let's say, which is nice. I love a bit of competition. I actually did a couple of mixed competitions with my bike, but I'm getting older, and that might sound ridiculous, but it's the truth. I'm getting older, and it's difficult to keep up with these young guys, especially those guys that have actual and mixed competition experience, which I don't have. And the first time I did a competition, I think I fell 3-4 times. Nothing too bad, honestly. Nothing bad at all, actually. But it just shows that you lack that experience. So I tried a couple more, and what I ended up noticing was that it costed me a lot of money. I would either break or overheat my engine. I would break other stuff as well. Doing competition is extremely hard on the bike. extremely hard on your body as well. Like my buddy, he drove those competitions with me. He actually had to go to the hospital and he was out for quite some time because he hurt his ankle. He took a jump without a landing, so he landed flat. And yeah, he got hurt pretty bad. So far, I'm pretty lucky. I think the worst that I ever had was I was driving on the Surron on the Lightbee, and I tried to take a thin ledge and actually slipped off, grinded across the ledge, fell off, got the bike on me, rolled over, and that hurt my collarbone, my hip, and that took me quite a few weeks to properly recover from it. And the other time that I got seriously hurt was when I was doing a wheelie and I couldn't catch the back brake, and it was really stupid, my own fault. The guy where I bought these, he was with us on weekend and he wanted to film me doing a wheelie, so I popped the wheelie and I wanted to wave at him, which is stupid because I don't have any experience doing proper wheelies, let alone one-handed wheelies. So I pop it up, I'm doing my wheelie, I want to put my hand up, and I notice I'm going too far, and at that point I was too late, couldn't catch the bad brake. I was going like 60, 70 kilometers an hour, fell down, slid across the asphalt, and even though I'm always wearing protection, my behind was pretty scratched up. So I had to go to the doctor. They had to clean that out properly, patch it all up, and I had a bit of tough luck there because we were on a weekend as well, and we were in a holiday park that had a subtropical swimming pool. So you can imagine each time I had to go to the pool or went into the shower, tears literally came rolling down my eyes from the water going into the open wounds. It was it was pretty terrible. But besides that, fingers crossed, I don't want to jinx it, it's quite okay. I do have another friend, and I went riding with him. I was on the Ultra B, he was on the Lightbee. And when I arrived at his door, I had all my gear on. My boots, my knee protection, my body armor, my helmet, gloves, everything. It was middle of the summer. I was sweating my ass off, but I had everything on. And he was there in a tracksuit. So I told him, I said, hey, accidents happen quickly. Put your protection on. He was like, no, we're gonna do a easy tour, nothing dangerous, it's all gonna be fine. 10 minutes later, he's on his back wheel. All of a sudden, I don't know what happened. He turns left, he gets catapulted into like a green area, just like here, but there's a fencing and it has razor wire on it. He just flies into the razor wire, and then we found out he broke his collarbone.
Broken collarbone! Fucking pussy!
He had to go to the hospital. Now he has a bunch of metal pieces in his shoulder. I don't think he has driven since. So at the day of recording today, it's like the 30th of November. And this happened in August, I think. So that's September, October, November. That's more than 3 months he hasn't driven his Lightbee. All because he took a nasty fall. And I honestly believe that if he was wearing his body armor, it would have been a lot better. I think that maybe he wouldn't have broke his collarbone, got off way more easy. The good thing is that his Surron didn't take a lot of damage. It is damaged, so the subframe, so where your saddle is on, the subframe broke, which is not good, of course. His front suspension is broke, but I still have like a bomber left, which I'm gonna sell for a couple of hundred quicks for him. Give him a good deal so he gets to repair his bike, and hopefully when we all meet up for that weekend, when we go to the snow, he'll be able to join us, which would be really nice. And yeah, I hope he doesn't have any more costs than that, because suspension is quite expensive. But yeah, if I sell him the bomber for a couple of hundred, then it's gonna be fine. It's not that expensive. I'm gonna take a bit of a risk here. Drive across the dam. This is a 50 kilometers an hour zone, but nobody drives 50 kilometers an hour, so I'm gonna ride it on the sidewalk at least a little bit. I think it's clear now. Oh, small power really. I really enjoy coming here. I always like it. You have lakes on both sides. There's a lot of tiny roads that you can take with the Surron, with the Lightbee. They have a tiny little beach here as well, which is not a dirt beach, it's not a sand beach. And I'll take you there. Has a nice view. And maybe I'll take a quick stop there. So let's get up the sidewalk here. I've got the sun in my eyes. That's okay. Just look down. And voila. So this is the high side of the dam, and this is an artificial lake because before they built the dam, none of this was here. So all of this is artificial. And I always wonder what's at the bottom, which I think I also talked about yesterday in my video for day one. Let's take a quick drive down the beach. And let's see what's up here, because I do see a lot of tracks going here, so maybe, just maybe, I can get away from here. You gotta be careful to the edge though, because that seems broken. Oh yeah, there's a small track here. So let's see where the path leads us. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. I think this is the diving club. Yeah, I think it's a diving club. And I think that we can cut across it. And here's another path. See, and that's a lovely thing. All around these lakes is little tracks that you can take. It's not too dangerous, it's not too complicated to follow, but it's easy to drive. Okay. I see a lot of people have been riding here, so I can easily follow the tracks to the next spot, hopefully. That would be nice. Seems like there's an abandoned boat there. It's actually the second one that we see today. All right. Voila. I saw that BMW use his blinkers. So that's not a real BMW driver, because BMW drivers, they don't use their blinkers. I don't know what that guy is on, but yeah, it's not a BMW driver. And I still don't see the next, oh, maybe here? Is this something? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, let's check it out. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, we can go to the right. And it looks like the sun is already going down. The days are really short now. Which on the one hand, I kind of like, because I like the coziness of the evening, especially when it's dark. On the other hand, if you want to get stuff done and you need light, it's not easy being in the dark, but yeah, we got solutions for that. One of the issues that I currently have is that I had an issue with my Ultra B, and I had a Chinese aftermarket light on it. And the dealership, they actually replaced my DC to DC converter. And one of the tests that I had to do to make sure that everything was running properly up and running again was to put the stock headlight again. So you can already hear me coming, but I got that stupid stock headlight on the bike again now. And it's not that bright. So I really miss my aftermarket Chinese Ultra B light. I don't think this is a pot, but let's see where we get. So I took the liberty of contacting them and saying, hey, okay, I rode now for maybe like 20-30 times. I didn't have any more issues now with the DC-DC converter. Can I put my aftermarket light on again? And they said, yeah, why not? Go ahead. And this time, if it breaks, you might have a good indication that it's the Chinese aftermarket light. The strange thing is I see a lot of people riding with that, with that exact aftermarket light, and it's a really good one. The specification says that it has 6,500 lumen, and I'm not sure if that is correct, but it is quite bright. And I think I'm doing something stupid here, because this does not look like an actual track. So maybe it's wiser to go back before I get stuck in all of these bushes. Let's turn it around. All right. Yep. My tire is almost depleted. I don't think there's a lot of profile on it left, but it gets the jobs done. So until it's bald, I'm not replacing it. And that's another good thing that a buddy of mine discovered, is that on this stock rim, so the 19-inch rear wheel of a Surron, it fits a specific type of tire, which is I think it's a Razorback tire. It's much wider than the mountain bike type like tires, and it's a lot cheaper. So in Belgium, usually when I change my tires and you go for, let's say, a MX-33, I'll end up paying somewhere between 60 and 80 euros. Now this Razorback tire, and let me just show you that. This Razorback tire, you see how wide that is? That actually cost me 43 euros. So that's a whole lot cheaper, and it's much wider. So it costs me a little bit of range, but it gives me so much traction and so much stability that it's definitely worth the trade-off. And the guy that put this on my bike, he dished my rim, I think 8 millimeters. I think they dished it 8 millimeters to the left, and then you don't need to cut off the knobs. It just fits perfectly right in. And yeah, way better experience, because if you do a lot of riding, and especially in the area where I live, you have to go from forest to forest over normal roads, so like, yeah, how do you say that, pavement. The knobs will actually wear out pretty easy, pretty fast. So sometimes, especially in the summer, you'll do like maybe 4 weeks, 6 weeks with a tire, with a mountain bike type tire. This tire, especially if I push it, it can last me sometimes somewhere between 9 to 12 months. So imagine driving a complete year, and I'm doing a lot of kilometers on the Surron because I use it often, for 43 euros. That's a bargain, right? That's an absolute bargain. Okay, maybe we're gonna have better luck here. There is a posting that they're hunting, so let's have a quick look. So this is an old posting, so nobody is hunting. I do see dual tire tracks, so I hope I'm not gonna run into the, how do you say that, the forest guards, the forest police, because I absolutely do not like these guys. And a lot of the times they're really aggressive, and I've never understood why. I mean, okay, maybe we're not allowed to drive here. I don't know exactly. I'm driving an electric bike, so in my opinion, I don't have a combustion engine. I'm not scaring the animals. I usually try to stay on the paths, so I don't destroy the forest. Like I said, I don't scare the animals. I don't scare away people. And when I see hikers, walkers, whatever, bikers, I'll just slow down and give everybody a fair chance to enjoy their day and be careful while riding, which I think is the normal thing to do and gets you actually pretty far. And in my opinion, that is what it's all about. It's getting along with other people. It's making sure you have a good day, they have a good day. And if we can all get along, then maybe all of this nonsense of driving in forests and blah, 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 and illegal and all that shit can be put to an end. But yeah, not everybody obviously shares my opinion, and I didn't expect to end back up here, so let me go back up again, and hopefully I can continue in the woods. Not everybody shares that opinion, but I wish more people did. And each once in a while, I'll come across people, and they'll be like all polite, say, "Oh, have you a nice day? Did you see anything interesting? Oh, what a lovely forest, blah, blah, blah. Is this electric?" And they'll ask you a bunch of questions. They'll be super polite, and you have a good conversation. And after that, each of us, we just go our boat. We both go our separate ways. And that's nice. And I wish more people were like that. I see that, especially with the older generation. I think they're more used to seeing this type of riding back in their day, let's say. And it's more like the younger people that get annoyed easily, and they want to change the world for a better place, but it makes no sense. So yeah, but it is what it is, and I just try not to get into any difficulties. All I want to do is ride my Lightbee, be in the forest, and have a bloody good time. And also, not to fall. Okay, this was nice. We did a nice tour here. So we're back at the sail harbor. Not sure if there's anything else down the road where I can continue to ride in the forest, but let's check it out. They definitely have a lot of boats, and that seems like a pathway, but I think it's yeah, it's like a asphalt pathway. I think there is a track going into the woods, so that would be nice. So let's check it out. Yep, indeed. Oh, it's sad to see that the sun is going down so rapidly, because that means it's gonna get a whole lot more club privé, access réservé au titulaire du mouillage. Oh yeah, okay. So this basically says that it's from the club and we're not allowed to go in. It's reserved for specific people, entitled white people. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe I have to cut that, I don't know. Let me see, because there's another pathway there. And everybody's constantly checking out my Surron. It's not a bad thing, because these people will get educated and say, "Oh, they have electric dirt bikes. I didn't know such a thing existed," which is kind of cool. I think I will need to put some more air in my suspension. I gave it in for maintenance. So there's a company in Belgium that does maintenance on these forks, and it is an absolute beast of a fork. I'm super thrilled with it. But there is not enough of pressure on it. So I definitely need to get that checked out. And you see that guy was not having it. He was giving me the bad vibes look. But I don't care, because I'm having a good day. And if you decide that that ruins your day, well, that's up to you. Oh, let's see where we are now. Okay. Oh, I still have half of battery, so let's check this out. Oh my god. My wheel just keeps spinning out. Oh. "50% battery is actually not that bad, because I already did a small tour before I started recording. So that's quite nice actually. And let's see. Let's see. Interdit à toute personne non autorisée. So I think that if this is on the left, it's actually for those fields and it's not for this road. But I'm going to continue with caution and be careful. A law-abiding citizen is coming through. I think, oh no, the path continues, so I'm not in the fields, which is a good thing because I don't want to destroy the field. I have nothing but respect for farmers. Well, you see, I'm at the far end of it, cautiously driving, not tearing up the place. I just hope this goes somewhere, and it does. Well, look at this. Nice. This is really nice. Whoa. Oh, seems to be like a big tree. Let's come through here. I think a bunch of other people had the same idea. Okay. Not sure if I'm going to be able to brake timely and not go over the edge, but let's try. Oh. Yep. That's good stuff. Let's go to the right. I actually think I've been here before. I'm not sure. I think, yeah, I've been here before. Now I remember. It's amazing how things look so differently between summer and autumn. I almost didn't recognize this. But I think there's gonna be, yeah, there's a bit more tricky part here. This is a difficult part, so I need to get... Oh crap, I did not handle that well at all. So, no, crap. Oh crap. Okay, walk of shame. Oh fuck. Oh my god. It is so slippery. I should have gotten more speed so I could actually have driven this up rather than walking it up. It is nice though. It keeps you warm. Okay, let's continue. Whoa. These routes, they scare me sometimes. Okay, maybe I can do this a bit better. Let's go. Come on. Yes. Muy excelente. Okay. Oh my god. The bike is full of mud. It's definitely gonna need a proper wash when I get back. But just look at that tire. I mean, that's on a stock rim. And the front one, I had that one swapped with a 21-inch. So it's definitely a bit heavier on the front side, but it drives super. And also the ergonomics are much better, because when I had that big rear tire and the 19-inch front wheel, I was sitting forward literally like this, and now I have a good proper position to ride, especially if there's enough pressure in the suspension.